What's up you guys, my name is RBG and I'm back with another speculation/analysis video regarding Transformers The Last Knight. With that said, this video isn't going to be a breakdown of the recent TV spot we got from the Super Bowl, but I'm going to take parts that I deem important in backing up my theory, because in my opinion it didn't showcase things we haven't already seen. I'd say there were a couple things worth noting that could potentially explain a lot regarding the premise of this film, but the main things I want to focus on are Shadow Spark Optimus Prime and Megatron's new look. There seems to be some weird things going on between these two, and it's been alluded to that their roles will be switched this time around. Ever since we got those weird teasers showcasing the Autobot and Decepticon Leaders' faces, I wondered what the significance was. They both have this dark eerie feeling to them with the glowing purple eyes, which a lot of viewers are assuming to be related to dark energon. But the one thing that stands out to me the most is the weathered red paint on both their faces. What the hell is going on with that? Is it trying to tell us that these two are somehow linked? Like, could they be working together under someone else's orders or what? I think I have a good idea on what's going on, but I think we have to look at all the trailers we got from The Last Knight and analyze them with scenes from the Age of Extinction film. So it's obvious that the Autobots have been through a lot of shit over the course of 10 years, and the one who's endured the most out of all the characters would have to be Optimus. The poor guy has watched so many of his fellow Cybertronians die. He's worn and beaten, and it seems like the more death he sees, the more bloodthirsty he gets. I mean, for the most part, we've seen his kill count double in every film, and I'd go so far as to say he's killed more than Megatron. Which I can't blame him, because although he's given his all to protect the humans of Earth, they have given him nothing but problems. I mean, just think about that. Out of all the villains he's faced the humans the most. And that really says a lot about the people he's tried so hard to protect. In Transformers 2, the US National Security wanted the Autobots to leave Earth since they weren't willing to share their advancements in weaponry. In Transformers 3, the humans lied to Optimus about the Cybertronian technology they discovered, and he found out that one of the biggest technology tycoons dealing gold formed a secret alliance with the Decepticons. But I think the final straw that broke the camel's back would have to be when the Autobots were hunted like dogs by the CIA and were experimented on by the Kinetic Solution Incorporated, aka KSI, in Transformers 4. At this point, Optimus is pretty much beat up and war-torn. He's lost it all, his planet, his comrades, and most of all his sense of compassion, which I can't blame him for because the humans have done nothing but show how ungrateful they are, and he's gained nothing but more pain. I mean, I know the Transformers are for the most part non-biological organisms, but they do have emotions. And with that said, how much can one take when they've lost everything? This is the leading plot element we're going to be looking at in Transformers The Last Knight, because we've read that Optimus discovers Cybertron completely dead and in ruin, and it's all thanks to him, and he feels guilt for his actions. Another thing worth mentioning is that Optimus doomed his planet before he even came to Earth. In the IDW movie-based comics, the Allspark was Cybertron's main source of power. It pretty much transported a star to re-energize the planet, and it reunited different Transformers factions that had been divided for millions of years. But after a war started between the Autobots and the Decepticons, Optimus would make the ultimate decision of sending the Allspark into space so that its power couldn't land in the hands of Megatron. After doing this, he was regretful, feeling that in buying his Autobot team some time in the war, he had sentenced his world to death. I'm not sure if this will be harped on in The Last Knight since the comics are just loose canon, but since they are trying to incorporate the comics in the other parts of the TF mythos, I hope it will, because this will only add more weight to Optimus' conviction to restore Cybertron. But anyways, we're looking at an Autobot at the mercy of his obsession, and unfortunately his obsession to protect the ungrateful humans led him to sacrifice his world. With all that said, I would like you guys to focus your attention to Lockdown Ship in the Age of Extinction film, because I think that plays a key role in The Last Knight. If you remember, Lockdown Ship was like this weird Frankenstein of a vessel because it was basically a ship that featured parts of different other ships, and one of the main parts that Lockdown took pride in was the Knight's Temenos. Many fans mistake that part of the ship as the entire ship because Lockdown says it's one of his prized possessions and it took him centuries to obtain, but it's just a portion of the ship that serves as Lockdown's personal prison. I mean, if you look it up, the term Temenos literally means a piece of land marked off from common uses and dedicated to God, a sanctuary, holy grove, or holy precinct. So this piece, or room, was like the inner sanctum of the Knight's ship and was once considered sacred to the original primes that used it to roam the universe. We get the hint that this cell used to be sacred when Lockdown reveals what it is and Optimus tells him that he's disgraced it. The Knight's Temenos is said to hold great power and mystery, and we get a brief taste of that in the later half of TF4, where Optimus goes into the Temenos' armory and pulls out his knightly longsword. And what did this longsword grant him? A visual upgrade and power up. I want you to take a look at this scene.
I'm done being an underdog. Underdogs suck. I say they get what they deserve. What's the play, Prime?
It's time for reinforcements. Recognize one of your knights.
So as you see, this is a very deep moment. It's sort of like an awakening for Optimus because he's fully embracing his lineage as the quote-unquote last knight as he pulls out the sword. And notice as he's pulling out the weapon, his arms transform into these knightly gauntlets. That's the power-up. Now, some fans argue that the sword also granted him the ability to fly since he's seen flying without the Jetfire convoy upgrade, but I'm just gonna say that that's a possibility. We don't really know if it's true or not since the films have been known to be inconsistent with certain story elements, but it would make sense if the Knights Temenos granted him that power up. But anyways, this could possibly explain how Megatron got his new knightly look in Transformers The Last Knight. I would like you to look at this weird Cybertronian-like horn we've seen protruding out what looks to be a desert in the multiple trailers and TV spots that we got. Many have assumed that this horn belongs to the infamous god of chaos Unicron, but I don't think that's him. I'm confident that this thing is Lockdown's ship or a piece of it. If you look closely, that spike or horn look damn near identical to the ones seen on the sides of Lockdown's ship. To further back up my theory, take a close look at the first official trailer for TF5. Is it me, or does the location we see Lockdown's ship at look similar to the one we see Megatron roaming around in his new form? I think it is, and I'm willing to bet that he had recently visited this ship and upgraded from his recent Galvatron form to take on his new knightly one. I think he may have done something similar to Optimus, where he may have received his power up by removing a weapon from the Knights Temenos' vault. You can see him with his new dual-tip Claymore sword with a blaster shield similar to Optimus's. Maybe Megatron despised the fact that he was reconfigured by humans and somehow he found Lockdown's ship, which I'm guessing is located somewhere in Africa or close to the Middle East. I may be reaching with this, but I think the weapon Optimus pulled from the Knights Temenos had some negative effect on his spark, but somehow Megatron was able to bypass the issue since he's already evil. If I recall correctly, in Age of Extinction, Optimus implied to Galvatron that he has no soul, so maybe he literally doesn't have a spark or a soul and cannot be controlled like Optimus seems to be in this movie. Once again, I'm reminding you guys that these are just theories and speculations. Many fans believe that the glowing purple eyes Optimus has means that his spark has been corrupted by dark energon, but certain evidence I've gathered proves otherwise. You guys remember we got leaked images of this leader class toy called Shadow Spark Optimus Prime that was exclusive to Asia. As you can see, the box art showcases Optimus as we've seen him in the recent trailers. He has that dark ominous look with those purple eyes, and most of all, he seems to be losing his color finish. Now, when we hear the word shadow, we think of something dark, opaque, or something that looks like it's there, but in reality it isn't. I tried to analyze that terminology with the word spark, and I instantly think of a transformer who's lost their soul. Essentially, he's a dark, empty shell. Judging from the name of this Optimus and overall aesthetic with his colors taking on sort of a dark grayish look, I'm thinking Optimus has either lost his original spark, or it has somehow been tampered with. If you remember in Revenge of the Fallen, Michael Bay borrowed an element introduced in the '86 animated film, and that was when Optimus Prime loses his lush colors and turns darkish gray, thus confirming that he's dead. We see this done again in TF2 after Optimus succumbs to a fatal blow dealt by Megatron. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think this weathered look alludes to the fact that our Autobot leader is dead, or at least his spark is. On the back of the toy box it reads as so: Optimus Prime leaves the Earth to stand against his creator in defense of our planet. He finds unexpected dangers in the bleakness of outer space, including a new threat with the power to destroy us all. Now, when the description reads as a new threat with the power to destroy us all, the word us means the humans, because based on various articles we pretty much know that it boils down to a struggle between the humans and Cybertron. With that said, I'd like you to go back and look at the Super Bowl TV spot because I think we're getting close to our potential antagonist / villain. During the climactic scene of the TV spot, we hear a mysterious female voice ask Optimus Prime, "Do you seek redemption?" And after that we see his eyes change from blue to a pinkish purple and he replies saying, "My maker, I do." I'm guessing that whoever this female voice is could possibly be the maker or creator. In an interview we got back in December with the executive producer, he mentioned that we'll be seeing a new Prime in TF5, one that he says fans will be surprised by. So what if that mysterious voice we are hearing conveying a message to Optimus is in fact a Prime? As I mentioned earlier, I'm willing to speculate that the sword from the Knights Temenos somehow affected Optimus' spark. And which Prime is known for being a weaponsmith? None other than Solus Prime. Solus was the first and only female Prime, and she's among the original 13 Primes created by Primus to battle Unicron. She's the maker of powerful ancient Cybertronian weapons, and I have reason to believe that she was the one who made all those ancient weapons in the vault of the Knights of Temenos. To drive this theory home, I want you to take a look at what B is wielding as he battles Optimus in the Super Bowl TV spot. Many fans as well as myself saw this hammer and believed it to be none other than the forge of Solus Prime herself. This particular hammer was not only used as a weapon but as the main tool to create some of the iconic weapons we know, such as the Star Saber and the Ion Blaster. It can even fix anything that's broken. Just look at the design on the hammer B is wielding and tell me it doesn't remotely resemble the forge of Solus. Why and how B has it is anyone's guess. I did come across a behind the scenes screenshot of Mark Wahlberg's character Cade Yeager and Laura Haddock's character Vivian Wembley poking around in some sort of ruined area that looks a lot like the Knights Temenos. If you look closely, you can see one of the same knight statues you see in the weapons vault. So this probably links with how B got the hammer and how Cade is using a weapon himself, because he also seems to be wielding something to combat Optimus. As to why Solus Prime would want Optimus to destroy the Earth is anyone's guess. I think it all boils down to her doing what's necessary to save her world, and since Optimus is said to feel guilt for being the main reason for Cybertron's demise, he is the perfect one to do so. This is something that I absolutely love about superhero films like Captain America Civil War. It provokes viewers to have to choose who's right and who's wrong for fighting in what they believe in. It adds a layer of character complexity to the villain as well. What would you do? Would you do everything you can to protect a planet that's done nothing but shun you? Or would you take the opportunity to redeem yourself and restore your dead planet to life? That's something to think about. With that said, it's clear that this film is focusing all its attention on the recent events of the previous two films. We see the arc from Dark and the Moon get totaled, and as I mentioned, we have a lot of clues that lead me to believe that Lockdown's ship from Age of Extinction will be in this film as well. But that's all I have for you guys today. What do you think about my speculations regarding Shadow Spark Optimus and Megatron's new form? Do you think the Knights Temenos plays a key role in all of this? And do you think that mystery woman could be Solus Prime, or is that weapon that B is wielding is the Forge of Solus? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like or dislike the video, for it doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will only help elevate the channel. And before I end this video, I just want to take the time to say how much I really appreciate my viewers and subscribers who are new to the channel, especially the Transformers community who's embraced me so much. You guys are awesome, and my mind continues to be blown at the big receptions my theory videos receive. I love you guys. Seriously. But enough of all the mushy stuff. This is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Till all gamers are one. Peace out.